Hello mates and welcome to the Baron Reviews with me, the Baron. Today's game is Karnage Chronicles, an episodic action RPG for the Rift and Vive, brought to you by developers Nordic Trolls. I first heard of Karnage Chronicles as being described as a good alternative to Vanishing Realms, and I think that's a good description. The game is still in early access right now, but it's shaping up nicely, with plans to be a full story dungeon crawling adventure. Right now, players can choose between the warrior or archer classes, with more classes being added down the line. As you would expect, the warrior class favours traditional sword and shield close combat, whilst the archer specialises on long range, though both classes have the option to use melee or range. Players can explore, slay monsters, fight bosses and collect treasure, which can then be used to purchase new armours and weapons. Graphically, the game is really nice and a bit different. It goes for a much more colourful aesthetic, with glowing rocks and plants creating a nice difference from the traditional stone walls dungeon crawler. The models look nice and are built entirely from in-house assets, so that's cool. Some animations could use a little improvement in my opinion, particularly the way the goblins move at a speed that doesn't quite match their legs, creating the impression of a kind of gliding motion. Sounds work well, no problems there. The voice acting in particular feels very professional. The controls are simple and intuitive. The only controller snag I encountered was that the bow calibration seems off. It's hard to describe, but when I pull the bowstring back to a full draw, I kept tending to punch myself in the face. If I wanted to pull the bowstring back, I'd have to move my hand kind of past behind my ear, which felt unnatural. Using a sword and shield is really fun, and I absolutely love that you can bang your sword on your shield. It really makes it feel more present. I must say though, at times the hitboxes can feel a bit screwy. In particular, there are times when fighting the goblin dagger dies where it feels like I'm blocking their attacks with my shield, but somehow I'm still getting hit. And similarly, there are times when I swing my sword and I see it make a visible connection, but no hit is registered. Furthermore, how enemies block is a bit of a mystery to me, as there are times when their block feels instantaneous, creating the sensation of melee being a bit of a sword swinging crapshoot. As a result, this can lead to a kind of artificial difficulty out of the game. That aside though, I still find the game quite hard, particularly the boss battles and the amount of archer spam. A persistent checkpoint system makes dying only a minor inconvenience though, as you don't have to restart the whole level or anything like that. I'd definitely love to see the combat be continuously improved as the game moves to its early access. The developers are aware though, as they've already mentioned that they really want to nail down the combat, so that's good. Players have full freedom of movement thanks to the onward style trackpad locomotion. The bad news is that I personally found this to be quite motion sickness inducing, which could be because in general I find that type of locomotion sickness inducing, but also because in this game the movement speed is a little too fast, as well as being quite linear, so the starting and stopping is abrupt with no ramp up. This can feel pretty unnatural to your brain, hence the sickness. Luckily, a solution is already available with the inclusion of an alternative teleport locomotion. This is a blessing if you have a weak stomach and do experience motion sickness like me, or if you just prefer using teleport to move, but still enjoy having the trackpad to reposition a little bit. Further down the line, the developers have plans for adding RPG elements to the game, as well as expanding on the story and current levels. There's also some talk of potentially adding a co-op mode, which could really change the game. The developers of this game are a small indie studio, but have a great community presence, critical for early access games, and I've been really involved about listening to community input and feedback, which gives me great confidence for the future of this development. So that's it from the Baron. If you're interested in this game, you can find it in the link below, and if you like this review, please remember to like and subscribe. Until next time, cheers.